Hey, what's up, everybody? Me and Gerard here today. We're gonna talk some just geek stuff, just kind of see where this thing goes, and kind of just this is gonna be kind of our first time really doing it like this, and so we have no clue how this is really gonna go. Luke is level 638. Holy shit. Eat My Bullets has 2 max. He's got Anakin and Vader maxed.
Nice. Wait, they're the same person.
Yes, that's true. They are the same person. He probably has no clue of that. No.
What? Sorry, spoilers.
It's spoiler alert. Yeah, and Luke is related to both of them, believe it or not.
Yeah, this guy right.
So, well, we're going to talk about a few things specifically that we've got in there. But while we've got Gerard here, we're going to kind of just, first of all, we're going to talk about one thing is that I'm trying to convince him to get caught up on everything Star Wars because he's a little bit behind. He hasn't seen the last,
just like everything.
Yeah, just like everything. Yeah, you see what, Force Awakens?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, the first one with Kylo and Rey, and
got them all. And then after that, it's like.
So we got to get him to watch like Last Jedi and
Mandalorian,
Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker and all that type of stuff. So we're gonna try to set up to do some reaction videos at some point, which I think can be kind of entertaining to see how he reacts to those things and kind of get him caught up. Because what a lot of people that haven't watched everything. I mean, it's such an in-depth overall story, and I think a lot of people that haven't seen everything don't understand that. You've never watched episode 8 or 9. You know what? They're not okay. So they're disappointing. They're not bad movies. It's just that they're just so, you could tell that they had one person that had an idea for episode 7. And then another one. 8, and then the guy that was on 7 had to come back on 9 and try to clean up what happened in 8. However, they're not bad movies. There's just there's no cohesion between the three. That's probably what's more worrisome than anything else when it comes to the sequel trilogy, is that there wasn't a plan, which brings us to one of the topics today, and that's the Kathleen Kennedy situation, and the fact that apparently, according to Bob Chapek, the CEO of Disney, he's looking forward to working with her for the next several years. And I was watching a video by Thor Skywalker just a little while ago, and I've seen other people talk about this too, and I kind of have this opinion, is that just because he says that he's looking forward to working with Kathleen Kennedy for the next few years doesn't mean that's happening. They could either know for sure that she's already said that she's leaving. They could know for sure that they're not going to renew her when her contract's up here in a few months.
Or stay forever.
Yeah, or she could stay forever, which I'm going to explain in a second why that might not be as bad as what we think. However, they're not going to say anything. They were not going to. It was an investor that asked Bob Chapek whether or not he wanted to. Hold on a second. I gotta get that off there. It was an investor that asked Bob Chapek if there was a plan to fire Kathleen Kennedy and replace him with Favreau and Filoni, or one of the two, or both of them. He's not in that instance. He's not going to come out. Hey, good call. Yeah, we're going to do that. We've already got that plan. We're going to fire her, or she's going to step down. They're not going to say that at the moment. His job is to show that he has confidence in how things are going at that point. And like Thor Skywalker brought up, if you have a sports team, and they could have every intention that they're going to fire their coach, at the moment up until they fire the coach, they're saying we have total confidence in this coach. We look forward to them, running this team and being the coach of this team in the future. And at the same time, in the back of their mind, they know for sure they're getting rid of them. So, I got this chat huge, don't I? Hold on a second.
I can't see. I'm blind. We got glasses. We got to see it.
That is actually. There we go. I might need to make that just a little bit smaller.
Just cover your face. We don't need to see that.
All right, we're gonna fix this just a little bit. We'll just go about right there. Oh no, that wasn't even the right thing. Maybe it is. All right, we're not going to play with it anymore. Yes, it is Gerard. Woohoo!
Yay!
But so with the Kathleen Kennedy thing, I think there's still a really good chance that she's gone here in a few months. And I think it's gonna, whether or not they're telling her, hey, we're not going to renew you, or if she just literally just wants to do something else, I think we're going to hear a statement that she's got other things that she wants to pursue and that she's going to step away. Now, if she sticks around, this is the thing. As long as she's not making the creative decisions, as long as she has people in place like she did with The Mandalorian.
Just do the business.
Yeah, if she just does the business and they can do the creative stuff. It's not did she learn her lesson from the sequel trilogy?
Not everyone's a creator. More people are just like, just you do it. Yeah, I'll take the credit. No, I'm kidding.
No, but you know what? You're right.
It works.
It's kind of like we both work in the restaurant industry, and the thing is that there's restaurant owners that need to learn at some point that they're not the ones that should be making the recipes. They need to
they
need
can
to
run the
back
business
off.
But can't cook.
Yeah, they can't cook. They can't create recipes.
Or
and
a
stuff
cook
like that.
can't run the business. That's why you need both.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is, we don't know if Favreau and Filoni, it's definitely Filoni's a creative guy. He has no interest in running a company. He wants to create. And if you take him off of the creative side, and if he's having to oversee everything, you lose that talent in where he should be, which is the creative side. And then Favreau's shown, I mean, he did Iron Man. He's been in control of the Mandalorian overall, overseeing other directors. So Favreau honestly is somebody that's shown maybe some skills of being able to run a film division, but at the same time, we don't know that he wants to do it or that he would be able to do it. So maybe Kathleen Kennedy sticks around, maybe she learned her lessons, and then she oversees Favreau, Filoni, Taika Waititi. She's got Chloe. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember that. The one that's going to be in charge of the Obi Wan series. Seems like she's got a lot of freaking talent. She's going to be amazing. Deborah Chow. Why did I say Chloe? Deborah Chow, I think, is the name of the woman that's directing Obi Wan. So the thing is that I think that she's got the right people in place. Maybe Kathleen Kennedy sticking around isn't such a bad thing, but at the same time, I think she's going to be gone. I think she's going to step away, and it's going to look like it was her decision, and maybe it will be, but it probably won't be 100% her decision.
Know that.
Yeah. They're not going to let you know that at all. Now, really quick, I want to address the other things too. There's rumors that Ahsoka and Obi Wan are going to be in the Cassian Andor series. Gerard hasn't seen Rogue One, which is we have to rectify. In fact, if we do a reaction series, Rogue One might have to be the first thing we watch because it's an excellent movie. It's a really well done movie. It tells a great story. The Vader hallway scene is one of the best scenes in all of Star Wars. It's something that he has to see. But now, as far as Cassian Andor, he was a spy. He was a Fulcrum agent, just as Ahsoka was. They're both part of the intelligence part of the rebellion, so it makes sense for those two to meet each other. I don't know though. I think that the rebellion, part of what kept them strong was the fact that there was only a few people who knew everything that was going on, and everybody else. So if somebody got caught, they wouldn't be able to turn everybody else in because nobody really knew about each other. So I don't know that the intelligence people would know about each other. So I just don't know that the Ahsoka and Cassian Andor would know each other at all. However, that wouldn't stop us from seeing a scene where Bail Organa, who was the one that was kind of in charge of the rebellion, would be talking to Cassian Andor, and then it fades away, and then he immediately gets on a call with Ahsoka. So they just show that just to show continuity between all the Disney Plus shows. I could see that, but I don't see her like being in an episode where they fight together or anything like that. And on the other hand, Obi-Wan had one job, and that was to protect Luke. And I think that him being in constant contact with the rebellion is probably the last thing he needed to be doing at that point. So I just don't necessarily see Obi-Wan even having very many conversations, period, with Bail Organa, let alone going off world or having something to do with Cassian Andor. So once again, there could be a brief moment where there's a communication that has to happen between Bail Organa and Obi-Wan, and so there are ways to which he could be in there, especially if they want to once again show continuity between the Disney Plus shows. But it's going to be a little weird if he goes off planet and meets with Cassian Andor, or if Cassian Andor ends up on Tatooine to visit Obi-Wan. But at the same time, the people in charge of these series, we have to hope that they have the story, that we have to almost have faith in the fact that they can do these stories. So if that does happen, hopefully they're able to pull it off and make it not break canon or make us be like, what the fuck, we don't. I have some faith in that. The last Star Wars thing I want to talk about, and this is the talking about Rise of Skywalker. James Clark is hot. Who the hell are you? Yeah, what the fuck?
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got banned. But anyways, Chewbacca, or Kylo Ren apparently was going to torture Chewbacca in The Rise of Skywalker. And one thing that I was thinking about is, there's a redemption arc for Kylo Ren, just like there was for Vader. And I think that there's certain things that, if we saw Vader do certain things to characters that we truly cared about, if we had already known Leia for a long time and we already cared about her as a character, and then we saw Vader torture her, and it was a really intense torture scene, at that point I think that would have taken Vader and put him into a category of characters that we probably couldn't see redeemed. And I think Chewbacca even more than that, as the lovable friend, the guy that is innocent and all that stuff. I think if we would have saw Kylo Ren torture Chewbacca, his uncle Chewbacca, I think that I just honestly don't think that we could have seen a redemption arc for Kylo Ren.
People still like Vader though, even if he did bad. That's what we like him.
Yeah, but do you think if we saw him do something truly irrehensible, to just absolutely cruel to one of the characters that we already cared about, do you honestly think
someone's still gonna like him?
Yeah,
it's a kill everyone. It's like, yeah, we still like that.
But part of one of the things that redeems Vader is the fact that Vader didn't destroy Alderaan. That was Tarkin that gave that order. Now, at that point, if Vader wanted to, could he have choked out Tarkin and said, no, we're not doing that? Sure. But at the same time, they were on equal footings. They were equals in the Empire. So Vader didn't really have the say to be able to say, we're not going to do this. So he didn't really have the position to be able to do that. But at the same time, he's a Sith Lord that's powerful, that could choke people out, so he could have stopped Tarkin. But the thing is, Vader, yes, he killed some people, he killed younglings, he did all these bad things, but at the same time, he wasn't the one that destroyed a planet with billions of people. But
he didn't stop it.
You're all right, he didn't stop it, and that's something that he honestly should probably he should have. Come on, Anakin, you were in there. A little bit of you had to have been in there.
There was sand in his eyes.
There was sand in his eyes.
It was his weakness.
Exactly. It's stupid freaking sand. But so that's the kind of the Star Wars stuff I wanted to talk about. One of the things that Gerard really is into is the anime stuff. And I think that, as we kind of do some shows together or whatever, what is, the questions of what is it right now that you're into when it comes to anime?
Oh, geez. I've seen so many. I've have to pick a genre, though. It's I don't know. I've seen so many different types. Of course, there's like the fighting ones, like, you know, everyone likes to watch, you know, like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. Then there's like some romance ones, and then there's some inappropriate ones we will not discuss. You know, Big Brother and Oni-chan. No, okay. But yeah, not just, you know, anime, video games in general, since that's a lot of things what people like too, and gaming channel and talking and. But yeah, anime is pretty something I know more at. I mean, I've watched Star Wars with the older stuff, not like more of the newer stuff. So,
which we're gonna remedy.
I know, I'll watch it. I promise.
But well, if there was one anime series right now that you would recommend to the viewers,
jeez, Black Clover.
Black Clover.
Yeah, watch it. Just there's a hit or miss on the sub and dub. It just depends on if you can handle the in the subbed version, because everyone's always like subs better, but then there's like the ear screechings of the voices. Yeah. I'm not going to get into that.
No. You know, as far as gaming right now, do you have any desire whatsoever? Is there anything that really makes you want to go out and get the new generation of consoles? Like
the 5 and stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh. That would be a big hole in my pocket. Yeah. No, it's not really the cost that. I mean, I could probably go grab it anytime I really wanted to, but it's just like, I don't know what games would be on there that would be like, oh, I have to have it because that game's on it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, I probably will eventually, you know, but it's like,
Well, I just don't think like most, especially, I just know mostly from PlayStation because I don't have an Xbox. Well, with PlayStation right now, I don't think there's any games that I know of that are exclusive to PlayStation 5.
Especially since a lot of them are being for the 4 and 5 anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and apparently they'll run better on the 5. You know, the graphics will look a little bit better on 5. But there's nothing where it's like, hey, this game came out, and if you have a PS4, you're screwed. You need a PS5. So there's really no reason to for me, at least.
Xbox does that a lot.
Xbox does that a lot?
I mean, okay. That's terrible. They do that a lot. Like, there's like, if you're a PlayStation person or an Xbox person, there's always the games that are on the opposite consoles. You're like, man, I wish I could play that game, but then you have to get an Xbox, or for the PlayStation or for the Xbox, people are like, oh, that game's kind of cool. They do that a lot too. It's like you have to choose which ones you want, or get both if you have the money.
you know, I can't. I've never been a fan of Halo, so I don't think.
Which is funny because I was. Yeah. I mean, I played every genre of games, like first-person shooters, RPGs, you know, sport games. And Halo, I've played it since the original, and they've gotten better with the graphics and guns and stuff, but like, after a while I stopped playing them, but they still make them, like Halo Reach, and they got some new Halo ones coming out too, and it's like, just remembering the first Halo, I always liked it. The little guys like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. You know, it always puts a little spot in my heart. It's like Halo. Then I think everyone knows, as soon as they hear the intro to Halo, they just all, oh, you know. It's like, yeah. So for purposes, I won't go into it because copyright.
Yeah, exactly.
But they know what I'm talking about if they're old. Yeah. I mean, what?
You know, and the thing is, music is so like important. Like, you know, that's one of the great things about Star Wars and all that, is that the music is just.
Oh, dude, there's some games I played where like this soundtrack was beautiful. It's like every song, like you go to another map area, it's like the music changes. It's like, or boss battle music is always the most important ones. Because if you die a lot and have to fight the boss again, at least you want the best music, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a Final Fantasy thing, I swear. Every boss has its own unique battle theme, especially Sephiroth. We'll never forget that.
You know, and the old school like RPGs, like Dragon Warriors, stuff like that. I think there was maybe 5 songs in the whole game. There was like maybe 2 battle like scene tracks, and there was, you know, maybe a track when you're in the mountains, and maybe one where you're in the field. But they're in one in the towns or whatever. But it was the same all the way through. Exactly. So
which is kind of get repetitive with like Zelda. Mm-hmm. It's always the same in some areas, but they have really good songs too, so they get stuck in your head. I find myself humming them sometimes driving the car.
And Nintendo. So Nintendo Switch has
here
Star Wars Hunters.
What is people's favorite consoles, like Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox? Because I've owned almost every Nintendo system from like even Atari. Like I've had Atari, I've had like Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Like I remember the whole thing is like, oh god,
yeah, exactly.
But oh man, like Nintendo games were always I had all those games, Mario games. Mario's like taking over everything, every sport even. I don't think there's a Mario football yet. Well, I mean, football, soccer, but I mean like American football compared to like FIFA football.
Sure, yeah.
Because you got differences. There's football, yeah, but
the real football is the one we play here in America.
Oh,
America,
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, if it goes like based off Mario games, I think he's got like a lot of games from like the original Mario to like they're still making them now. And the concept of the first one was like, save the princess. Now you can play as the princess saving the princess. Wait a second. And of course, favorite Nintendo character has to be Yoshi.
Yoshi,
the green dinosaur guy. Best. Kind of like how the best Star Wars character is Jar Jar Binks. Oh, that's okay. There's a loser.
I worry about you, Gerard. I definitely worry.
I was dropped as a child.
Yeah, if your parents would have had carpeted floors, it would have turned out a lot better.
Then I would have had rug burns. Then I would have been like...
let me know in chat later on or whatever, what movie should we start Gerard on? So you've seen, for Star Wars, you've seen the original 3, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you've seen 1, 2, and 3, like.
Oh yeah, I've seen all of those with Luke and Vader,
all the ones with Anakin. Yeah, and then you've seen
Jar Jar
episodes. Yeah, Jar Jar. You've seen episode 7. I would say.
I think it's like from the 2000s. I haven't.
Sure.
Newer ones.
I would say. I would definitely
not really new, but like not old.
Yeah. So. I would say Rogue One. Rogue One is
basically anything with like Rey and Finn and all them in. So.
Yeah. I think Rogue One is definitely where to start, and then hit up the 3 sequel movies. But I don't know. I don't know if we want to go that. I think going from Rogue One to maybe choosing.
Are we going into the whole like I have to watch like all the Clone Wars and all that stuff?
I think that there's a like certain arcs that just sticking with those would work out better, because I don't think. I mean, there's some episodes of Clone Wars. The thing about Clone Wars is it's got such good highs and such low lows. Like there's some episodes that are absolutely
as long as Obi-Wan's on the high grounds, we're good. Right?
Yes, exactly. But
which is funny because he was supposed to protect Luke, but look how well he did with Anakin.
Yeah. he learned from his mistakes, just like hopefully Kathleen Kennedy learns from hers. And so Clone Wars, very inconsistent. There was great arcs, and then some arcs that were just horrible. Rebels, though, Star Wars Rebels, the animated series, was way more. It was one cohesive storyline. The highs weren't as high as what they were in Clone Wars, but there's not a whole lot in Rebels where it's like, yeah, that was a really stupid arc, even though the first season was probably a little less mature than the rest. I think after that, and we've seen that in a lot of things, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, the first season was very kiddish, and then they realized, hey, we can make this more adult. Like, it's okay to do that. People are gonna love this, you know. And I think Rebels kind of did that too, where you could tell after the first season they're like, yeah,
just some videos shouldn't get a live action replication. I'm just saying.
You know what though? If it was done right,
they did pretty decent. But you know, there's always let's just not talk about the Dragon Ball Z one.
Yeah. Oh, is that bad?
It was pretty bad.
That was it. I just don't. I think that some of these series just don't work for like a.
Remember the Super Mario movie?
Yeah,
the Goombas look like.
The Super Mario movie was one of the worst things ever made. However, it's now becoming a cult classic because it's so bad. It's
Mama
so,
Luigi.
Yeah, it's so horrible that people are watching it now and just laughing at how bad it is. But
that could be a good thing because then people are still watching it.
That's very true.
Even if it's the worst film ever made, as long as there's someone watching it, isn't it made in its point?
Yeah, that's true. Like Freddy Got Fingered. Have you ever watched that with Tom Green?
Yeah,
it's one of my movies that it's a guilty pleasure. It is horrible.
American Pie.
American Pie. Well, but American Pie was a better movie than what Freddy Got Fingered was.
I'm sure. Oh, geez, like. I guess I just watch everything. I really don't judge it, I guess. Who's the special guest? Just some special guy. Just doing special stuff.
Gerard!
It's Gerard.
Gerard.
I play Battlefront with him quite a bit. I do the voices. You know.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. Aren't we all, though? It just
except for this guy. This guy's a little crazy.
But you know what you're talking about, like the Super Mario movie, though. One of the worst things about like video game movies is that they try to reinvent it too much. You know what I'm saying? They're like the Super Mario movie wasn't anything even close.
I do have to give them credit for one thing, though. There's a movie that they did pretty good. I won't say it's the best, but out of all the like video game or cartoon they made live action, the Sonic movie did actually pretty decent.
I've heard pretty good things about it.
And I think they trolled with the first design of Sonic just to see what people would say, and then they were actually going to do the actual.
You think so?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
Because kind of like how the whole they write the wrong names on the cups for like what Starbucks or something. It's like. You get someone talking about, it's like, they misspelled my name, but then they're showing the logo. Ooh, free advertising. I don't know. It's just silly stuff like that. But, Mario?
Yeah. But, you know, this is the thing, too, is like, so there's been, like, they've had rumors of a Legend of Zelda movie for years upon years.
And as a big Zelda fan, play, like, almost every game in the Zelda series. Like, it has to be good.
Well, this is the thing. It can't be a movie. It has to be a live action series. It has to be a series. You cannot do that in a movie.
Yeah, because I mean,
you gotta let the characters breathe. You gotta.
And the most, and here's the thing Link is known for in every game is hit. You can't have him talk. He has to be a silent protagonist.
I do believe that's the one thing they have to break.
I mean, at least Mario's like, oh, pasta, you know, all that. But Link doesn't talk. He just screams.
But I think for the show, you'd have to have Link talk.
Yeah, it'd still be, and the cross platform. It might one day, won't it?
Well, I don't think Battlefront 2, because I don't know enough about programming, but I've heard people talk about it, and it sounds like you would have to rewrite a lot of the program to have it be cross-platform.
Cross-platform, you have to play Fortnite.
No Fortnite.
No.
But I do believe the push now is that it's almost unacceptable to do these multiplayer games and not have them be cross-platform. So when Battlefront 3 eventually comes out, I will almost guarantee you that Battlefront 3 will be cross-platform.
If they were smart, they would.
Yeah.
Because they're, like you said, why have multiplayer game but then only limit it to the like Xbox or PlayStation or something? I mean, heck, there's so many PC players too. Like you could have all of them, like have it on PC as well. Is Battlefront on PC? I'm pretty sure, right?
The problem is that PC players have a huge advantage over console players. Because aiming in Battlefront 2,
so they have that aimbot. No,
kind of.
All jokes aside, a lot of people do that.
But I think you would almost you'd have to have private servers, or you'd have to have different servers to where you could say, I'll do cross-platform, but I will only be put in lobbies. If I'm a PlayStation player, I will only get put in the lobbies with PlayStation and Xbox. I won't get put into lobbies with PC players, and I think you would have to be allowed to be able to do that with the cross-platform in those games.
And another thing they should add is like what they do with other cross-platform games like Fortnite. Unfortunately, they have where everyone can communicate with a microphone if you have it. You don't have to be in a party.
Yeah,
you could talk with people no matter where you're at.
Gosh, you know what? That's one of the reasons why. So I play NBA 2K sometimes, but the few times that I played online, I pretty much play it just, locally or whatever. A few times I played it online, it's just I've had to turn my mic off because people are toxic, and that's the thing.
That's going to be every game, especially Call of Duty.
But you got to be able to at least mute the people that you don't want to listen to.
Well, there usually is. There's a way on for games that do everyone could talk with each other, like PUBG and all those stuff. There's a way you just go in the menu and you turn off their microphone, but
okay, so you can't hear that specific person.
Yeah. Played Fortnite and they're sweaty.
Yeah.
Sweaty means like I gotta kill everyone. It's so good.
The other thing about PC, so apparently you can change your field of view or whatever, and you can see more. But also, PC players are able to use mods. So, and that doesn't give an advantage at all. But it's cool. Yeah,
it's like if you're playing like Star Wars and then they throw a mod in where like Jar Jar Binks has got a lightsaber. I don't know, it's such a Jar Jar, I'm sorry, but that would be hilarious. Come on, gotta give him a lightsaber.
I would actually, just to be funny, if I had a Jar Jar mod,
look, I has the Force on him. Whoa, how rude. Sorry.
Okay, so apparently you shoot someone once at Fortnite, you get the Empire State Building built above you in like 0.5 seconds flat.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Then again, I haven't played it for like a year. Oh, is that like a mod or something? That'd be funny though. Like,
my nephew plays Fortnite nonstop since he's gotten my old PlayStation.
I know, you should have kept it.
I know. It almost breaks my heart that he plays so much Fortnite. But that game's not going anywhere. I think that,
and especially since they add a bunch of they had Star Wars themed stuff, like they add the Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Heck on my when I was playing, I had Rey and lightsabers was pretty interesting. But I haven't played it, so
I think eventually there will be a Star Wars battle royale type game. Or at the very least, when Battlefront 3 comes out, I think there will at least be that mode of a battle royale.
I don't think they need to do that though. Like
it's just so hot. The battle royale
thing is like, I swear I've seen like 30 different types of games that are doing that, like with magic or like guns or anything. But like, who knows? Yeah, they have Rey, Finn, Red Stormtrooper too.
Ooh, that would be kind of cool.
I have that.
I mean, it'd look cool. It wouldn't be cool to play, but it'd look cool.
It wouldn't be able to hide. You're like in a grassy area. It's like, what's that red smudge just running across? It's like, there's a guy.
It's like in Battlefront 2 when you're one of the droids and you're on Geonosis and you're like the same color as the background.
Yeah, there's advantages. Like every type of game, there's like camouflages, I swear, especially with all the like war games. They always have those, like Call of Duty or the Rainbow Six or something. They always those I think the Rainbow Six ones where you like bust open a door and start shooting and go, ah! It's like, what? Yeah, they make memes about that. It's funny.
Do they?
Yeah, guys on the phones looking at inappropriate things. It's like, FBI, open up! And then start shooting. It's funny.
Freaking gaming.
Oh, yeah. Gaming is like everything now. Imagine there was a time where gaming wasn't popular.
Yeah.
It like died off.
Yeah, you know what? There was a time where the entire gaming industry almost completely collapsed. After
That's what happened to Chuck E. Cheese. They did like video games. They went bankrupt.
Well, also Chuck E. Cheese has freaking cardboard pizza. So, like, oh my gosh, how? You know what? I know they don't want to spend a whole lot of money on their food. You know, their costs on food. You can at least make it edible.
Yeah, and we won't get into the whole conversation of that they reuse the pizza. That's a different story. There's in Des Moines, there's actually a place that's like Chuck E. Cheese, except they had decent pizza, and you know, everybody goes there. I mean, it's just... And the animatronics, they scare you?
I can't remember if they have but they have all the different games.
No, I meant the Chuck E. Cheese. They always had the big animatronic robots, and for someone that's played like Five Nights at Freddy's, it makes you think, can they come alive and they eat you?
Dude, Chuck E. Cheese, I think one of the first names they were going to have the word rat in the name of the restaurant, and somebody's like, yeah.
I think they did have rat something pizza. I was watching a video earlier about it.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up as nowhere. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, hit or miss. But I remember going there when I was a kid, getting the games, getting little toys for like 500 tokens to get something that tiny. It's weird.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, oh, you want that toy? Yeah, it's 5,000 tokens. Like, oh, or tickets. Yeah, it was little.
Yeah, it's like you could just buy it for $1.
It's like, can I just give you money for it? It's like, no.
They're like, no, we won't let you do it that way. Yep, you gotta.
And then I just use my my Yoda mind tricks. Give it to me, you will.
Yeah,
and they still didn't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
not a Jedi.
You're not a Jedi? Holy crap! Oh, I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Yeah, a lot of collaborations with Fortnite. They're just
whatever makes some money. I mean, whatever makes some money.
and you know what? And the thing is that all these companies,
they even did Marvel and stuff too. They had like Wolverine and Iron Man and Mystique and all that stuff.
But yeah, and all these
Street Fighter,
all these IP, like whether it's Marvel or Star Wars, they look at it and they say, we're gonna put our product in front of all these people that are playing this game, and it just makes a lot of sense for them to allow them to use their...
And also, since a lot of kids play this game like Fortnite and stuff, and they're like, Street Fighter and Alien and Terminator, then it's like, what is this? And they go watch and they're like, yeah, I want to kill Connor. Okay. I'm looking for John Connor. But
is there Twilight? There's got to be a Twilight like
I don't think there is. But now that you said it, now there's gonna be
there's gonna be
like Jakes and Edwards running around.
Oh, freaking fake vampires.
Yeah, vampires burn when they go in the sun, not sparkle.
Oh my gosh, I feel like So, geeks used to at least have some dignity to them, and Twilight came out, and it's like...
It's so cool, he took his shirt off, and it's so hot!
But you know what, it did get... In all fairness...
It made its money, though.
Did it get some girls and some women into a... geek type of like
fantasy of vampires,
or whatever, like
you know what else did that?
But maybe
original vampires. But when they look at you, like, listen to me, you have to look at me. I'm going to suck your blood now.
But
blah, blah, blah.
But did it open some of these little girls, or these girls when they became women, open them up to the possibilities of getting to other things that were maybe better for them to watch?
And there's another book that does that, but I better not say that. Let's just say it involves gray.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But there's kids watching some.
Yeah, but so maybe Twilight wasn't as bad. Maybe it had an important role to play in getting more women into geek type stuff. So I'm gonna hold out hope and give them some kind of credit.
As someone that's watched everyone with people, I swear I didn't watch them alone.
Okay,
I've seen them all, but they're not bad. But for someone who's like hardcore into like vampires and werewolves and stuff, you're like, man, that's dumb. I can't believe they got dumb to do that.
Yeah, why did you do this to my...
It's like, why does he sparkle? They're supposed to die with the sun.
Oh my gosh.
But, I mean, we gotta change things up, you think, after back to the topic of Star Wars.
I think we might be, unless if you got anything you want to talk about in Star Wars there, Hype. I think we might be done with the Star Wars talk. I think we're going to wrap this up here in just a little bit. I'm going to go have dinner, and then I think later on tonight I'm going to get back on and play some Battlefront. Probably won't be till 9-ish Central Time, probably when I get back here. I've got tomorrow off now. I've got somebody to pick up my shift tomorrow night, so I'm excited.
You call it in or something?
No, I got somebody.
You can't say that online, bro. You can't be like, someone's covering my shift.
Some of the fanfics. I'm kind of honestly a canon junkie. So the fan fictions, I like what if scenarios. Those are kind of fun for me.
As long as it's not fan art, then that's a whole different story.
Oh yeah, Josh will definitely play tomorrow. I'll definitely get on and play some for tomorrow for sure. But
come to the dark side.
But I appreciate the effort and the passion that people put into for fan fiction. I think that's amazing. But I like to see things or listen to people talk about things in a way that help me understand the Star Wars universe more. And I've never really gotten that, I guess, out of fan fiction. It's never really hit me like that, I guess.
Well, we all know that the strongest character in Star Wars is the E.T. folk.
Oh, I was like,
not Jar Jar.
Yeah,
I gave up on that one.
Say Jar Jar.
No, not Jar Jar. Unfortunately, he's the second strongest.
He's definitely he is one of the most powerful Sith Lords of all time.
I mean, he got into council. How?
Yeah, dude.
You ever notice how he waved his hands like, "Oh, hi, guys, how you doing?" And then they're like, that guy didn't know what he's talking about.
I just want to know what George Lucas was thinking when he decided that Jar Jar
this is the best character ever.
No, most of the fanfics you've seen are highly sexual. Yeah, there's probably quite a few.
Like I said, the fan art. You don't want to know what Obi Wan and Anakin used to do in those old fan arts.
The real question is, which Star Wars characters have their OnlyFans? I watch. I definitely subscribe to Ayla Secura's.
Death Jar Jar should be. This guy knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, he should definitely be canon.
He still could be.
He still could be. Maybe we find out that him doing juggling, being a fool on the street. Maybe that was still part of his.
What kind of lightsaber would he have? You know how like Kylo Ren has this little, and then the Maul has the dual wielding.
I think it's one that works underwater.
What if he had claws? That'd be weird.
Like lightsaber claws. Oh, can you imagine that? Like a Wolverine.
Or nunchucks. Let's be real though. Maybe he wouldn't. A lot of people theorize he wasn't actually clumsy. He acted like he was clumsy to throw people off. It was actual part of his, his thing of like, if they think I'm a fool, they won't take me serious thing. Like Drunken Fist. Like, that's if you're stumbling around, Drunken Fist, you're like, the guy's weird, but then he kicks your butt. You gotta watch out for it. I mean, think of it. When they were fighting all the droids and stuff, remember he went onto the ship and like threw a bomb.
Take a Leia and Padme OnlyFans. Mother-daughter, yep.
Oh, Jar Jar has OnlyFans. If you want to see my food, Lisa has to get the money.
But no, like I really want to see like a lightsaber that's like these gloves
Chewbacca,
or whatever, like claws or whatever. But I want to see lightsabers that come out of their claws like Wolverine.
Like,
and
who's never thought of that? Like, you can make anything. Like, I mean, there's people that dual wield lightsabers. There's lightsabers that that. Even there's people who have jokes about Grievous having 30 lightsabers at one time.
But you know who can make some interesting freaking lightsabers? People that make bongs. I'm telling you. Those people can make bongs out of anything. They could probably make a lightsaber out of anything.
Until you go to light it and you accidentally hit the button and you don't have it facing it's like...
well, it's funny because Mark Hamill was talking about how that the one meme that just makes him cringe is the one where they show Luke looking at a lightsaber like this,
and then they have to go.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was a photo from production. Like that never was in the movie, but at the same time,
it was like one of those bloopers.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like, hey, what is this?
The only blooper that's ever been in the film is probably the stormtrooper that hits his head on the doorway. Yep. It's like, yeah, I gotta keep
that they never took out. Hopefully they never take that out.
Imagine being that person, be like, that's me. Do you think they claim that? It's like, wait, I'm up. There's my 1 second of fame.
Can't wait for Bad Batch. I'm looking for forward to Bad Batch, mostly not because of the characters, the Bad Batch characters, but to see the Empire immediately after Order 66. I thought see the rise of the Empire.
Okay, we were just talking about bongs, and I thought you meant a Bad Batch a week or something. Like, dude, like this is a good batch.
Maybe that's why they're called the Bad Batch, is because they're
high all the time.
Yeah, they're high all the time. And there's one of them that
the leader would be Shaggy and Scooby.
Release date, May the 4th. Yeah, Bad Batch starts on May the 4th and second episode's on the 7th, so we get 2 episodes.
All of us should get together and make that an actual holiday.
It is a holiday now.
Like, they actually consider it a holiday. Like,
dude, Star Wars releases stuff. There's just everything's everywhere on May the 4th.
Good. So. Okay, I'm happy then.
That's what I'm ready for, seeing what it was like right after Order 66. Yeah, it's... the rise of the Empire, the people, like the people of the galaxy being like probably fully on board with the Empire at first. Like, yes, there are saviors. They're gonna make the galaxy have order and stuff like that.
Episode a watch party, like all of us just like stream it or something.
Well, we could probably look at doing that. That could be interesting. I've kind of checked in on some watch parties, and I didn't find them that really interesting to watch, but we can definitely talk about them. We got plenty of time between now and then.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about that Shaggy impression?
Like, I don't know what he's talking about. Like, I think he's drunk. But, oh god, I got millions of impressions. Especially our Lord and Savior, Mickey Mouse.
That's true. He does kind of run everything.
I run all of Star Wars now. I'm gonna mess it up for you, huh? I'm just kidding. As long as I make my money. You got my money? Where's my money?
You know what's funny? Of all the things that have come out from Disney for Star Wars, most of them have actually been good. I would say Force Awakens. Force Awakens was great. Rebels was great. Rogue One was great. The failures have been Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and Resistance. Resistance was stupid.
Yes. I have to agree with them.
Yeah. Matthew Lillard. Talk about a guy that's just
underrated. Like, I'm buff, man. Like, what's wrong? Raggy, what's wrong? Like, I got big muscles, dude. Like, I can lift.
That's who should have killed Thanos.
Shaggy?
Yeah. All of a sudden he comes through one of the portals.
I know, he's like, dude, like, I got only 0.1% power. Just smack him. He's dead. then just Scooby-Doo just digs a hole and buries him.
Yeah.
Oh. At least they didn't do the whole Ant-Man thing.
Ant-Man going up Thanos' butt and then just exploding. Thank you, Hype.
I know I am golden.
That's why we're gonna melt him later, and we'll split the money we get from that.
You know who else is gold? Huh? SpongeBob.
There's
this new SpongeBob movie out.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Oh, I heard.
I wanted to go in the theater though and yell inappropriate SpongeBob stuff. Hey Patrick, guess what?
What?
You're an idiot, Mom.
That's not very nice.
Oh well, I'm hungry.
Dude, Shaggy meets Yoda.
Oh god. There's a weird hairy guy. Like, dude, that's not cool. I was talking about that guy. Never mind, carry on.
Shaggy versus Vader. that would be quick.
Shaggy and Vader? Well, of course, Shaggy would win.
Yeah, Shaggy would win that and be like that. It wouldn't even be worth writing the script. It would just be over immediately. But I think that's gonna be it for today, though. I think I had a lot of fun today. Talked about some cool things. We'll definitely do this again. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us on the stream. What do you want us to talk about next time we do one of these? Let me know in the comments.
Diabetes. No, I'm kidding. It's like, why diabetes? It's like, shh.
Just remember, you got to be kind to people online. But anyways, everybody have a great day. May the force be with you.